You watch, you waited. Now it's time to save. It's the grand opening sale of the all-new Stevenson Mazda.
Stevenson Mazda on Market Street.
Truckloads of 2010 Mazdas have arrived, and we're selling them at 2009 prices. Stevenson Mazda.
Cheers, the best you can't deny. INFINITY.
Cheer Infinity All-Stars is a competitive cheerleading and tumbling school. We accept all ages and skill levels. Whether you're looking to be on one of our nationally ranked All-Star teams or just want to learn about handspring, we have a place for you. Cheer Infinity All-Stars, where beginners become champions.
As the host of the Coach's Corner, I've had a lot of great conversations with some of the area's best high school football coaches, like how they develop a young quarterback's arm. It's all in the wrist.
High school football is here. John Rendelman is on top of his game with the Coach's Corner. Highlights, on-set interviews with area coaches, game analysis, music videos, and more every Sunday morning at 11:30 only on WWAY TV3.
During the grand opening sale at Stevenson Mazda, buy 2010 Mazda CX-7s for $21,990. New Mazda 3s for $179 a month. And every Mazda comes with our lifetime warranty.
Stevenson Mazda on Market Street.
Welcome back to the Cape Fear Sports Report, driven by Stevenson Automotive Group. I'm Jesse Jones.
I'm Jim Clark. We look at the world of sports. Ryan Newman's on the pole for today's race up in Martinsville as we head into the last 6 races of the chase for the championship. It has become Jimmy Johnson's championship to win.
Johnson edged out Jeff Gordon last week. Let's hear what he has to say about today's race in Martinsville.
I think it's going to be a great race. It's been a good track to us over the years, and it's been an opportunity for us to gain points on some of the other chase contenders that maybe not prefer going to that racetrack or like that track. So hopefully we can do that again.
Johnson will look to extend his lead. The race today starts at 1:30.
Race is on later on today on WWAY News Channel 3, but my problem with NASCAR right now is simple. It's one engine maker that is dominating the sport. The top 4 positions in NASCAR right now are all running on Hendrick engines. 5 of the top 8 are on Hendrick engines. NASCAR, the body shapes are all the same. Now the engine, that's one dominant engine. We're talking Formula One here. Guess what? Nobody watches Formula One in the United States. Great races, but guess what? It's not going to sell in America. The reason your ratings are going down is because the races are boring. Liven it up a little bit and don't give me the last second yellow that bunches up the field so that we can get a dramatic finish. It's been done before by you guys for the last 5 years.
It was a tough night Thursday night for a couple of Hoggard alums who are now playing at UNC. Carolina went up 24-6, only to go on to lose 30-27 at the hands of Florida State. What looked like a promising season for UNC has sort of gone south.
Yeah, it's gone south. It's like the Tar Heels or the Washington Redskins of the ACC, giving teams their first wins of the season in conference play. But the ACC is the prime example of the NFL. It's parity. Everybody dogs the ACC because there's no one dominant team. Well, guess what? Most of the teams are pretty good. Top to bottom, the ACC has got pretty good football teams that could stack up against any other conference. Unfortunately, there's just not that one dominant marquee name that gives the ACC its identity, so to speak.
And speaking of non-dominant football teams, the Carolina Panthers back in action today as they take on the Buffalo Bills, another non-dominant team. Is this a chance for the Panthers to chalk another one up and get back to 500?
I think so. I think last week we saw, though it was against Tampa Bay, it was a dominant offensive line performance. We talked about it last week. If the offensive line can establish the running game and give Delhomme time to throw, he only threw 17 times last week, and yes, 2 of them were intercepted and 1 was returned for a touchdown. But the defense only gave up 7 points. There was that other kickoff return for a touchdown. So that 14 points were not against the defense. The Panthers' offensive line was dominant. Jake maybe getting comfortable, but hopefully was getting comfortable again in just having a limited passing role. So you're looking at the Panthers against a team that gave up 300 yards rushing to the Jets last week, though the Bills won. I think the Panthers this weekend can establish the run with D'Angelo Williams and Stewart. Just dominate the running game, control the clock, and just pound the Buffalo Bills all day long.
Well, certainly Williams is starting to look good, and when Jonathan Stewart carries 14 or more times, the Carolina Panthers are 9-0.
Can't beat that. But the folks over at Sunrise Broadcasting, they've got a few radio stations in that building. Stopped by there earlier this week to get their thoughts on the Bills and the Panthers. Who's going to win this weekend?
I'm going with the Panthers.
Why?
Because the Bills pretty much won a game that the Jets lost. Anytime a quarterback throws 5 interceptions, you should win the game and by more than 3 points. And they only won the game by 3 points. So they're going on the road, and they're playing the Panthers, who have a great running game with their 2 running backs. I don't think the Panthers will turn the ball over that much. They'll keep Jake Delhomme from throwing the ball so much. They'll win by 7 points at least.
I got the Panthers. I think after 2 in a row, I think they're back on track. I think that they can really do it this weekend. Go Panthers.
I have a lot of friends who are Bills fans. I like the Bills, but I have to think that the Panthers are going to win it this week.
Why?
I really think they've got the running game back a little bit. Delhomme kind of woke up last week, and I think that he's, his passing yardage has increased. I think that they are actually going to pull it out this week.
No, I think Panthers they're on a downfall. They need to get rid of Delhomme. They need to get rid of Fox and just clean house and start new. Pepper's pretty much gone, but you're telling me that Delhomme just signed with a 5-year deal. That's not good in my eyes, but I think if they get rid of at least Fox, they might have a chance, get a new start, get a new head coach, somebody with some, I don't know if you can say that on TV, but anyway, that's what I think about the Panthers. But I'm going with the Bills on this one. I'm going to have to go against the Panthers. As much as I don't want to, I'm going with the Bills.
A big thank you to the folks over at Sunrise Broadcasting and Mud.
Yeah, definitely Mud. Coming up on the Cape Fear Sports Report, Jim Dahlke is going to give us a look at all things UNCW, and we'll also take a look at what else is happening on the local high schools. You're watching the Cape Fear Sports Report, driven by the Stevenson Automotive Group.